What's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing this morning? Bro, Lindell got me in trouble last night, boy. This man throws a trade. I've never even jumped in a trade machine before. Good morning, Jay. Eli, what's going on? Um, Never even worked on a trade machine last night. Lindell threw it in there and tagged my name on it. I don't want to trade Clay. Shit. I hate trades. I'm anti-trade. Clay could slap my mom. I wouldn't trade him. Man, why would I want to trade Clay? Oh shit. Good morning, everybody. Man, what games they got today? Portland and the Phoenix Suns? Or what was that last night? Oh yeah, that's last night. I think he's the perfect fit for us right now. Frankly, we needed leadership. Why does Steve Kerr slap Steph Curry in the face just over and over again? You know what I'm saying? Just over and over again. Why do you slap him in the face? I mean, sure, Chris Paul is a good leader or whatever, but are you implying that Steph Curry or Draymond Green weren't leaders? Is that what you're implying? So Steph wasn't a leader last year. Is that what you're saying? If another dude punches another dude, what kind of leadership can help in that scenario? I'm telling you, bro. Steve Curtis always puts his fucking foot in his mouth. Always. Constantly. You see when people come on here and they talk, say all types of stuff about Jim Park, and you know, Jim Park is not wrong. I'm telling you, Steve Kerr is a bozo. I'll tell him that to his face too. Like, why does he always put his foot in his mouth? Like, he's the next one to go, by the way. It's probably time for a coaching change. Bob Myers went. It's Steve Kerr's time because, like ever since the KD years, man. I mean, if Steve Kerr were around any other star, he would have had issues years ago and he would have been packed up. I promise you that. I promise you he would have been packed up. He's always putting his foot in his mouth. So are you implying that Steph isn't a leader and Chris Paul is? We got to make up our minds. Is he a leader or is he not a leader? If another man goes up to another man and punches him in the face right before the season starts, I don't care. I don't care if you're fucking Winston Churchill. Like, that ain't happening, bro. Like, you are fucked at that point. Your season is done. You know what I'm saying? And then to top it off, the organization has this stupid plan about they're going to use Jordan Poole and replace Steph Curry. Come on, bro. Jordan Poole will never be Steph Curry. Ever. He won't even come close. He's just going to be like another good guard in the league that gets 20. That's it. That's really it. But they had this grand plan that, yeah, Jordan Poole was going to come in and just take over, you know? This grand plan that Jordan Poole was going to come in and take over, and it blew up in everybody's face. Idiots. That was an organizational failure. And Bob Myers and Steve Kerr were head of that organization. Come on, bro. He makes your fucking job easier. He makes your job easier. He literally makes your job easier. Steve Kerr would have been fired years ago if it weren't for Steph. I promise you that. Because you see all this cutesy system motion shit that would never fly anywhere else. I'm telling you that. I promise you that. It would never fly. The vets weren't good leaders. Nah, bro. Fuck that. Fuck that. Because Ricky G, I love him and all, but he was on board with having these dudes, these young dudes that couldn't play basketball, more specifically James Wiseman. Like, James Wiseman is a flat bust, bro. You know, it was a mistake of a draft pick. It really was. That's why, yo, like for the last 4 years, I've been saying, no bigs. Don't draft no bigs. If you're going to bring a big in, $2 million, that's it. You know what I'm saying? They're like running backs in the NFL, dog. What skills did you see that this kid would have been like a dominant big? You know what I'm saying? He can't defend. You need to defend as a big. Like, I seen somebody do a profile of him one time, and they're like, yeah, he's poor defensively. That right there, no draft him. You can't draft him. How can you be a big man with a 7'6" wingspan and you're a bad defender? How is that even remotely possible? Bad leadership. Get out of my face with that. If the leadership structure creates like a toxic environment, look at Klay Thompson right now. That man wants all his money. You know what I'm saying? Because they paid guys before they paid the older guys. What message is that sending? What message is that sending? Do you blame? You know, like, I'm kind of annoyed with Klay, but in another sense, I don't blame him because, you know, he wants his contract. He does want his contract, and he's in a position of power, and the whole time they are pushing this young guy plan, young guy plan, young guy plan. Let me phase out the vets. You know, let's phase out the vets and bring in these, you can't do that. These guys have helped you win championships, and they've still helped to win you. They still help to win you championships. What proof do you have that these guys can't win? Bro, 2022, they start off, and it's Draymond and Steph Curry at the head of it. You know what I'm saying? They are at the head of it. Draymond, Wiggins, and these are vets. You know what I'm saying? Draymond, Wiggins, Steph Curry at the head of it. Jordan Poole in there too. And they are at the head of it. And it was laden with vets. You know what I'm saying? And the minute the organization won the championship, they're like, fuck that. We won the championship. Guess what we're going to do now? We're going to phase out these guys that won the championship. You know who did something similar to that? Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban did something very similar. Mark Cuban's was more overt, though. This one was kind of sneaky, right? This one was definitely kind of sneaky. So what they did, what Mark Cuban did after 2011 is that he wanted to have Deron Williams and Dwight Howard on the team, right? So they get rid of like a bunch of the dudes who helped them to win the championship. They're like, oh, you know, fuck that. And next thing you know, they come back into 2012 with a shitty ass team. Team didn't do anything in the playoffs the next year. Tyson Chandler was gone. You know, a bunch of guys that helped them win was gone. Their title defense didn't even stand a chance. Cannot repeat. Absolutely cannot repeat this season if they want to be successful. Okay, I hear you. Steve Kerr does a lot of talking, man. A lot of talking. He's a part of the problem too. Trust me. He's a part of the problem. Fighting with the front office. They just won the title. Come on, bro. To have that title of championship coach, he sure lost guys in the locker room a lot. You know what I'm saying? Snake, I do have a problem with that because then you are suggesting that we needed to bring in Chris Paul. You know, we need to bring in Chris Paul to. Why does everything always have to happen at the expense of Steph? It always happens every fucking time. You think that Chris Paul would have went to the Lakers and Darvin Ham would have said, you know, we lack some leadership in a LeBron James locker room? Are you fucking kidding me? Why does the fucking coach always do that, bro? Okay. What are y'all thinking right now? Y'all are thinking, oh, Urkel's being sensitive, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 right? Listen, this shit has been going on for years. This bullshit right here, where he says something at the expense of Steph, he does that shit all the time. All the time he does that. It's one thing if you want to attack Draymond's leadership, right? Sure. Draymond ain't no fucking leader. You know what I'm saying? Draymond is a poser as a leader, right? He's emotional. He's erratic, right? Smart dude, but he's emotional and erratic, right? Steph Curry, I think he's a great leader. This is what I'm talking about. He always puts his foot in his mouth. And the mantra that he has is that he is the championship coach. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go in there next year, ask for $20 million because he is a championship coach. The championship coach thing is that, you know, when we have good players and great players and all of that, we are going to be contending. And the only job that I'm going to have is really managing the egos. That's what a championship coach, anytime you hear somebody bringing a championship coach, it's really an ego manager. You know what I'm saying? Phil Jackson comes in, he sees this guy pouting or whatever, he gives him a book to read. You know what I'm saying? A book to read to give him some perspective on his role and all of that shit. And then at the end of it, they're raising the trophy because Michael Jordan was great. Phil Jackson was this great leader that, you know, kept the locker room calm, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. All of these guys are full of shit, bro. Phil Jackson, after the fact, wrote a book about Kobe Bryant and told Kobe Bryant how selfish he was. Yada, yada, yada. The real people that hold this shit together is Tim Duncan, Steph Curry, LeBron, dudes like that, Michael Jordan, and not even LeBron. Shit. Steve Kerr always does this shit, man. 2017, they win the title. Goes to the podium. And it's not even that he went to the podium. He was on podcasts, this, that, and the other. And he was saying Kevin Durant was absolutely the best player on the team, yada, yada, yada. And he is just bashing Steph Curry left and right because he thinks he's taking Steph for granted. He's saying that, oh, Steph can handle it. He doesn't care who the best player is and all of this, yada, yada. Yeah, right. Of course he fucking cares. You ain't need to say that. When Steph had that bad game 3 in 18, they won that game. Did you see his expression on his face? He wanted to win that finals MVP to shut everybody the fuck up. Of course he cares. Everybody cares. He handles it better than most, but he cares. Steve Kerr goes to the podium, forgets all of that shit, bro. And I'm telling you, like, this shit has been going on for years. Like, if people are newer to the timeline, they're going to come on here and they're going to say, we're overreacting, Urkel's overreacting, this, that, and the other. But I've been watching this shit for years. He's been doing this little sly shit, bro. I'm telling you. Oh, y'all are just emotional Steph fans. Yeah, right. It's not that he hates Steph, but he thinks that, oh, Steph is above this bullshit, bro. Like, fuck that, bro. We needed the leadership. Get the fuck out of my face. Steve Kerr's full of shit, dog.
Facts. Fuck that nigga, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, Urkel?
What's going on, Sam?
What'd y'all do yesterday? I went to sleep, bro, early.
Yeah, I went to sleep too. Bro, the last 2 days took a toll on me, man. I went to sleep.
Bro,
I was
tired,
done.
bro.
Yeah, so, yeah, man, Sam appears out of nowhere. That Sandman, you know what I'm saying? Young OG, what's going on?
It's good.
Yeah, so this Kerr thing, bro. But another thing, bro, Klay Thompson is mad as fuck at us. You know what I'm saying? Lindell, don't attach my names to no trades, bro.
Bro, yeah, I saw that. He said this was Urkel's idea.
No, the fuck it wasn't.
Bro, that trade idea, I like Lindell, but that trade was awful, bro. Lonzo Ball.
He's fucking around, but don't attach my name to that bullshit.
Bro, his knees are fucked up. I don't want that nigga. Fuck out of here. That nigga's knees are cooked. Or legs or whatever.
Shit. He's like, this is Urkel's idea. Are you kidding me? Bro.
And he was getting cooked too for it.
My idea. Shit. I want no parts of no trade, bro. In a championship year when I see the team is this good, fuck no. I want no parts of no trade. Hell no. Oh, shit. It's fine, though. I'll be the punching bag. I have been the main character many, many, many days. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem being the main character. I think the timeline just knows at this point. It's like, there's no point in packing this nigga up. I mean, he just doesn't give a shit. You're right. I don't care. You know? I don't give two shits. But don't let Klay think that was my idea. Lonzo, are you fucking kidding me? People are coming at Lindell left and right because he wants to trade Klay. I don't want to trade Klay. I kind of do get Klay's perspective though. I kind of do get Klay's perspective. I heard they're offering that nigga like 2 years or some shit like that. 2 or 3 years because they're trying to align his contract with
Steph's.
With Steph's, yeah. Klay wants 2 years.
He wants 4 years, yeah. I think, right?
Yeah, he's trying to get a higher number in the years, bro. Like I heard they have him at around $20 million or something like that. You can't have him at around $20 million. I'm sorry. That's disrespectful.
Oh, they want him at 20 mil?
That's what they do in a negotiation, though. They start low, and they meet somewhere in the middle. So I think it's going to be like a 3-year contract or some shit like that. Unless his agent is telling him, like, and would be to have Klay right around what Wiggins makes, right around what Draymond makes. I think that's a good compromise because I think if they stay in that range, they should be able to just squeeze everyone in,
Who's his agent? You don't know?
I forget what his name is. Yeah, but I don't think he's going to get more than 30. I think giving him more than 30 is going to be a mistake. So 3 years, $80 million, probably in that range, you know? He probably gets in that range. 3 years, $80 million. 3 years, 100 would be like, he's squeezed out,
Yeah.
He squeezed everything out. But I don't think they're going over $30 million for dude. So 3 years, 80 would be ideal, but this 3 years, 110, ooh, that's tough. 3 years, 110.
Hell no.
That's getting up there. That's definitely getting up there.
Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing?
What's up, Jermaine?
What's going on?
What's up, Sam? What's up, Bert?
What's going on, Jermaine?
Shit, you got it, brother.
Yeah, so I don't think he's going to get 3 years, 100. If he gets 3 years, 100, that means that, he probably won the negotiation. But this $40 million, this $45 million, a 2-year contract, oh, hell no. That's not happening. Z, good morning. A 2-year, yeah, bro. Like I don't think that's gonna happen. But I'm trying to get this shit done before the season starts. You know what I'm saying? But if they are ways apart, like 4 years, 120, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Shadow, 3 years, 90 million. How say you?
I'm game.
That gets it done, right?
I think it should if he has any compassion.
Man's want 4 years, 168.
So here's what I'm saying.
He ain't signing it.
Right? Backload the contract. You know what I'm saying? Backload the contract. Let the increases kick in, and we just call it a day. You know what I'm saying?
On some like 20 25 30 35 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm 25 30 35 like on some shit like that.
Jay said 3 years, 70 million.
That's what Jay feels he's worth?
That's what Jay thinks he's gonna get.
Nah, man. The Lakers have more money than that, Jay. Come on, man. You
Like
want him,
if
Jay?
if he gonna take a low ball offer from the Warriors, he might as well take. I mean, if the Lakers gonna low ball him, he might as well stay goddamn where he at. Shit, what the fuck you talking about, Jay?
Nah, I'm just bothering Jay, Jermaine.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but we good, man. He hears what's up. He knows what's up, man. They're back to the table. Don't worry, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
They're back
sir.
to the table.
All right, let's get it done.
I'm not gonna say we made it happen. I don't know. It's like saying it's sunny in California in June. I don't know.
Space Gang does not fuck around because nobody else on the TL was applying this kind of pressure. Just
That's
saying.
right. That's right.
No other motherfuckers everybody was being, as Jay would say, Pollyanna about this whole thing. Don't worry about Clay, yada, yada, yada. Nah, bro. That bullshit that happened last season, nah, Apply pressure.
I tell you what, Urkel. Actions speak louder than words. And when that man came into the playback and then simultaneously went to Twitter, to Instagram and put his story shit out with the Tupac shit, yeah, he feel the pressure, bro. Yeah. Told it all.
The first offer that they came with was absolutely disrespectful. Hey, that would have, if if he would have pulled a Latrell Sprewell and said like $10 million ain't feed my family, right? I would have completely understood. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. That's Sprewell's story back in the day, bro. Like,
You know what though, Urkel? I think like what 3 years is good, but what would even make more sense to the Warriors is a 2 year deal. To be honest with you,
expand on that.
so I think like if he wants his 40 M's or close to it, I'd rather give him like 2 years, 76, and be done with it.
Okay. We're gonna be over that apron though.
Bro, the apron been done, bro.
Yeah.
The apron been done. Like and what I'm saying is it's 2 years of being like stringent, and by those 2 years done, the huge money kicks in.
Wouldn't that mean that him and Draymond are expiring at the same time?
Yes.
So what happens after that?
Who knows, man? All I know is we'll have 2 chips.
Yeah.
All I know is we'll have 2 chips, and Laker will have way more money.
So you're saying that sign like a 2-year 76, get him at that 40 M's number, so he gets the money, but he just doesn't get the years.
Yes.
What Clay is negotiating is the years and the money, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So that's why they're far apart.
Read between the lines, Urkel. Read between the lines.
Yep. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. NBA players want the years too, man. I'm telling you. They want the years as well. The initial offer. Jay, just throw out the initial offer. Let me see something real quick. The initial offer was nuts, bro. 3 years, 55. Woo! 3 years, 55 is nuts, dog.
Man, I know they ain't come at that man with no shit like that. Come on, man.
That's the type of money that Andre was making. Andre was making that kind of money, and he was coming off the bench. Andre was making that kind of money, what, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago? Yeah, that ain't happening. Jay,
Hey, Shadow. Help real quick,
Yo.
Shadow.
Yo.
How management is so hell-bent on getting under that second apron before the summer. That's the problem right now, right? That's the problem. I just don't. And in the process, they're just trying. These offers are just. That's why they're so far apart. If we're honest, I mean.
Yeah, definitely. But I think
that's just what it is. I mean, I just don't think they can do it. Like you just said, he said that second apron's done. Like, if you're going to
I think
like
no matter what, I think no matter what money we give Clay, we're
still over.
We're still over.
Second apron.
So at the end of the day, Laker will
just give him whatever.
maybe take that $60-70 million hit right now. But in 2025, the Warriors specifically are going to be making so much money. It's sickening.
That's why I think the 375, 70, 75, 25 a year, something around there. I think that sounds about right.
Like that TV money is going to be so ludicrous. Out of hand. What did the NFL sign for? What was the?
They haven't done. They're doing a new one here. They've only done. They did the
Amazon,
there's a new one.
The Thursday night.
They did the Thursday night one, and then they did the Sunday ticket for a few. I think it's $4 billion or some weird shit. I haven't looked at it, but it's like a few billion for just Sunday ticket. The new one hasn't come up yet. I think that's in a couple of years.
And the new one is for the real TV rights, like for
the real TV. Yeah. Everybody's looking at that. That's in a couple of years. That's about two. We're about
and the NBA is doing that one in 2025 plus.
Yeah, which is before. By the way, that's before the NFL one. That's before.
That's before the NFL one. So they're about to set the precedent. And you know what I mean? And Roger
Well,
Goodell is pushing
and Roger
Silver.
hikes it up about a lot more. Yeah, Roger will
Yeah,
probably
Roger
increase
Goodell
that
is
by.
pushing Silver because you know all the commissioners talk, right, because they want to keep the money flowing and everything like that. So they all it's better they all work in cahoots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, baseball is different because baseball is more regional, right? For like the teams, so they're still stuck in their model's still stuck in you know, local TV money. So they produce serious local TV money. It's not the same because their CBA is just completely different. It generates, it's more by ticket sales too, right? Because they're doing like, it's just different than the two. But the two that, you know, you're looking back and forth at is probably like the NBA rights and NFL rights, right? Because you just generate so much more money.
By
People
the
watch
way,
it more. People watch it more too. I mean,
by the way, guys, people who are flipping out over curse comments, replace leadership with babysitter. Just replace that. Don't listen to what he
babysitter's
said. Think
nuts,
about what he
bro.
meant.
Hey, Shadow, I put it in the chat, bro.
Shad,
Never go.
I don't like the leadership comment because this is just
No, he meant babysitter, fam. He meant babysitter
I
because
don't see what he meant, bro. But that's implying that, oh, Steph Curry is not a leader, and there's so many times that he's done that shit.
no, but what he implied is Draymond Green is our vocal leader, and if Draymond Green is our vocal leader and he's the one for the situation, we needed new leadership. You understand what I'm saying? And CP in the latter portions of his career, he could sit down and like deal with Kuminga, deal with Moody, deal with Poole. I already told you they had their own clique. It was a mass exile. Everybody wanted to leave. Like people forget about Moses Moody unfollowing the Warriors social media. Like he was pissed, bro. Like the man wasn't playing. Jonathan Kuminga told his agents meet with Bob. Bob pushed it over to Mike because Bob was leaving. Like I already gave you guys a lot of gems, and I'm telling you, it's a situation where like Kerr always does that foolishness, but in the grand scheme of things, he's gonna backtrack when they win the chip and talk about Steph is just magnificent and blah blah blah. And so at the end of the day, I think that comment needed more clarity. And did they drop the whole entire interview, or they just drop excerpts? Because you have to watch out for the excerpts, man. Because the following statement after, what did he say following that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So someone got to look for Willard and Dibs that full interview and listen to the full interview before we jump to conclusions. But word on road is like the word all of them use within the context of the Warriors locker room is like more or less like babysitter, mentor, someone who could like coach and guide the young guys. Whereas like your franchise player shouldn't be that guy. Like he's basically saying like there's no time for Steph to be Udonis Haslem.
Tio got hit by a car during a pickup game. What the
Yeah, I
hell?
saw that. Just
Yeah. I put in.
What the hell happened there?
no, they're arguing over a basketball game. First thing
Basketball game.
And he got hit by a
niggas.
car?
Nah, someone ran him over, bro.
Is he okay?
They say he's fine though, Oracle. They say he's fine.
Yeah.
So they're arguing.
A pickup game, bro. Yeah.
Nobody has video of this, bro. Like,
I'm quite sure it's gonna come out, but I just seen it on TMZ. That's why I put it on there.
That reminds me, whatever happened to Sean Kemp? Didn't Sean Kemp like shoot somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going through court now.
I haven't heard anything about that in a while.
The charges dropped.
No, I heard one charge drop. I heard like one charge. Okay, so this is a Jason Dumas interview.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I gotta take it in.
Hey Jermaine, bro, what's good with the Astros, bro?
We getting our ass whooped. That's all right now.
Bro, I'm happy because I know if the Rangers beat y'all, that means we're winning the Phillies are winning the World Series, bro.
I got you. It ain't over yet. So.
And if we win, then I'm going down to Broad Street for the parade. I am going down the Broad Street for the parade.
You're gonna be a Broad Street bully?
Hell no. Nah, I'll just celebrate with them because last time Eagles won 2018, that shit was popping, bro. Yeah.
They get motivated, but
Yeah, Philly got to get their revenge, but
all right, you guys raise the volume. We're gonna watch this. We gotta catch contact.
Rankings and media that is like deafening. It's easy to kind of see why players can get motivated and see how they get motivated. But I'm interested, how do you get motivated year 10 to be able to do this at a high level, come in every day and give your all effort? Because obviously the job, it's a tough job. It's a fun job, but it's hard. So where do you get your motivation?
I just love what I do. You know, that's the main thing. I don't need to motivate myself because I wake up excited about the job, excited about the people I get to see every day, excited about competing in the NBA. And I love my life. I've got a great family. And, you know, when I put my head on the pillow every night, it's been a good day and I look forward to the next one. And that's the only thing that really matters.
Right. And, you know, you mentioned you love your job. Obviously, it's fun. You can see yourself coaching for a while going forward.
Yeah. I mean, I have no desire to stop coaching anytime soon, but it's also a business where you really do have to take it year by year. The nature of it is very few of us are lucky enough to be with one team for a decade, which will be the case for me after this season. So you never know what the future holds, but I love coaching and I plan on doing it for a while.
One thing I've learned over the years about the good coaches, they're always learning. Like they never feel like they know enough where they can't take advice from people. My uncle was longtime AAU coach. My next door neighbor was a D1 coach. I was always going to her coaching clinics and stuff and just listening to all the, you know, coaches she brought in. When you were coaching this summer, Team USA, what are some things you kind of learned from your colleagues who were on the bench with you and some of the other people involved with Team USA who go through the process and all the training camps and whatnot?
One of the best things about the Team USA experience is learning so much from your staff and from the players because it's a brand new group. And so everyone's got ideas, everyone's got thoughts. But when you're in a different environment, one that you're not accustomed to, inevitably you just pick up on things. For example, you know, Eric Spoelstra in front of our group, the way he would address our group, some of the terms and expressions he used, immediately I was like, I love that. I love that phrase, you know. So I've found myself using a couple of Eric Spoelstra phrases in camp. Ty Lue, great defensive coach. The drill work that he incorporated, the way he operated. I learned some things from watching him. Mark Few, there's just his manner of coaching, the way he's laid back but fired up at the same time. I actually connect with Mark because I think we're similar in a lot of ways. But observing all these guys, you end up sort of drawing a couple things here and there and thinking about things a little differently just based on the comments that they make in our coaches' meetings.
Nice. Now let's talk about this group. Obviously, CP3 comes into the fold. And just as a basketball fan, I go to your guys' practice and I get video of everybody working out after the practice. And it's just fun. I can only imagine just what it's like watching Steph and Chris play together during practice. Is the synergy between those two as cool as I'd imagine?
Yeah, those guys are tight. You know, they're both from North Carolina. They've known each other since I think Steph was in high school or college, and obviously they've been rivals over the years. But there's always been this great respect between the two of them, and so now that they're collaborating, they're really enjoying the friendship. They're enjoying joining forces, and I think they're really enjoying the process of, you know, trying to figure out how this is going to work.
Right. When you do something every single day, it's easy to get kind of jaded. But when you're out there coaching or just even observing, do you ever just kind of like become a fan kind of almost just watching them go at it, and even Clay and Draymond, like the people you've been around and gotten a firsthand look at and gotten to work with, like, you ever take yourself out of the moment and just be like, wow, this is cool?
Yeah. I do all the time. I mean, that's one of the joys of coaching, is watching your guys play. And obviously you're trying to help them get better, and you want it to look a certain way. But when everything clicks, and they're succeeding, they're having individual success, team success, there's a good flow to the game, the fans are enjoying it. That's what it's all about. That's everything that we're working for as coaches, is to reach that stage where everyone in that arena is happy other than the opposing team. And when that happens, I enjoy it. Right. You know, I don't sit there and say, oh, I don't have time to enjoy it. No, hell yeah, I enjoy it.
Right. You've coached so many of these guys for so long, and then obviously CP3's been in the league so long, you kind of know what you're going to get from him and what type of player he is. When you look at this version of this team, what do you think that wild card is that is really going to make you guys successful and achieve the goals that you want to achieve?
Talking about just in general, or a certain player? Or
it can be anything. Like, you know, like, what's something you guys have to do really well?
We've made a big point in camp of the fact that we've got to win some of the battles within the margins this year, and that hasn't always been the case. You know, we've always been a high turnover team, but it's been okay because the chaos in general is great for us. The pace, the chaos, but we're not the same team as we were 5 years ago. So, you know, last year, for example, we lost in the second round, dead last in the league in turnovers, number one in pace. We got a little too hectic, a little too chaotic. So part of the idea of bringing Chris Paul in is he'll bring some sanity to, to the group. And we need a dose of that, frankly. We're not good enough anymore to fling the ball around the gym and expect to win. So in the margins, can we win certain battles? Turnovers is absolutely one of them. We've got to be sharper in transition. Last year, near the bottom of the league in offensive efficiency in transition. Well, for this team, with this shooting we have, no way can that be the case. So we've identified a lot of things that we think we can make improvement in, and we're focusing on all those areas in camp.
One player I want to ask about, Jonathan Kuminga. We know all the raw ability he has. We've seen the talent, the flashes over the past couple of years. I watched him a lot when he was with the Ignite. What's that one thing you want to see out of him or need to see out of him for him to really get into that rotation and stay there?
I think for every player in this league, there's a process where you have to figure out who you are as a player and how you can help a team win. And I think that's for a guy who's super raw like JK, that process usually takes a little bit longer. It also takes longer when you have more talent. Right. You know, the more items on the menu, the harder it is to pick out what you want to eat. You know, and for JK, this is a process of getting to the point where everything he's doing on the floor is helping us win, recognizing that, and then really leaning into his strengths and how he's going to help us win. So I love JK. He's working hard. He's getting a lot better. You know, he did some great things in our first exhibition game, made some mistakes we're trying to correct, but it's all part of the process. And I think he's poised to have a really good year this year and continue his trajectory upwards.
And one last question before I let you go. You might not even know the answer to this. He might not even know the answer to this. Andre Iguodala, he hasn't announced that he's retiring or anything yet. I don't think he knows what he's going to do. Mike Dunleavy said a couple weeks ago, our phone is always on. Don't see him playing for us this year. If he doesn't play again, just like what has he meant to the organization? And is there an open line of communication with you guys and Andre in terms of maybe playing again?
Andre is, there should be a statue of him outside this building, and I think there will be someday. That's what he's meant to the Warriors this past decade, helping us win 4 titles. One of the smartest players I've ever been around in my life. He's also a guy who loves to keep everybody guessing. So it doesn't shock me at all that he hasn't announced his retirement. We stay in touch. We just texted yesterday. He's living a good life. He's got a lot of irons in the fire. But we will always stay in touch because, Andre's a warrior for life and someone I consider a friend for life.
Awesome. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Steve.
All right. That's good stuff. I do like the JK talk, though. You got distracted. Y'all are stupid in the chat, man. Y'all are crazy in the chat, bro. Everybody gets a statue. No, I don't think so. Yeah, but Shadow, you there? Shadow probably took a break. All right. I got a long ass day ahead of me, so let me get off of here and I'm gonna jump back on later. I gotta go to Tucson.
All right, brother, be easy out there.
All right, so yeah, bro, I gotta go pick up a rental and a whole type of situation, dog. So
Okay.
I'm gonna get ready and just get the hell out of here. But everybody have a productive day today, y'all.